Hello, it's day 33, and I want to talk about moderation. I've been watching my coworkers this week. I've been watching them as they go to and from the candy shelf, and I've noticed something kind of interesting. I've noticed that my coworkers who are what you would call traditionally thin or skinny, those coworkers almost never visit the candy shelf. The coworkers who are normal size to chubby, those people visit it maybe once or twice a day. And then people like me, larger people, they visit it multiple times a day. My dad used to tell me that moderation was for monks. I think he read it in an old sci-fi novel somewhere, but it was something that he said a lot when I was a kid. And keep in mind, my dad ate a lot when I was a child. He was a very active man up until the point he got sick. And I think that his eating habits definitely influenced me. My mother grew up in a food insecure environment, so she always made sure that there was food available in our house and that me and my brother knew that we could eat whatever we wanted at any time. So I think my mom's policy of feeding us whenever we said we were hungry, coupled with watching my dad every day eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories, it led me to believe that I needed to overeat in order to be healthy. I realize now that both of my parents had an unhealthy relationship with food, and I think that neither of them have really dealt with it in a good or healthy way. Both of my parents are overweight now. My mom is dealing with the onset of diabetes. My dad, well, he's not as active as he used to be, so he simply doesn't burn all of the calories that he's in putting into himself every day. I am, however, in a unique position, I feel. I'm in a unique position that a lot of people who are on diets do not get to be in. And that position is that I am the one who plans, shops for, and prepares all of the meals in my family. This means that in theory, I can cook whatever I want and my family will be pretty happy with it. Last night for dinner, I made a beef stew. My brother came over, we were all at the table eating this beef stew, and my family seemed to really enjoy it. I made the beef stew as kind of an experiment. The only thing that was in the beef stew was vegetables, mushroom, and some lean beef. They liked it. And when I logged it onto Chronometer, it was about 250 calories per cup. In my opinion, this really goes to show that the reason my family is large isn't because of what they eat, but it's how much they eat. My family does not care what you feed them, as long as you feed them a lot of it. They love a good salad, as long as they each get a mixing bowl size salad. They love fish. They love grilled chicken. They love all of the foods that are traditionally considered healthy. But if I were to, for instance, just put a normal portion size in front of them, they would look at me like I was crazy. I could start cooking with less oil, less sugar, less processed ingredients, and I don't think that they would notice. So as I move forward in this diet, I really have to start moderating what I eat. I have to start eating in moderation, everything. I've come to realize over this past week that there will always be unexpected foods popping up. My boss will bring in cookies, or my mom will buy a treat at the store. The thing is, because it can't be planned for, it has to just be dealt with as it comes. If you still have calories for the day, if you're calorie tracking, then you might have a piece. If you don't, you might still have a piece. That's the thing with moderation. It only works if you're reasonable with it. Sometimes you really do have to indulge. I've found that it's better for me, if I'm really, really hungry, it's better for me to overeat by about 200 or 300 calories that day than to deprive myself and overeat by 1,000 or 2,000 calories the next day. I feel like I've come up to a wall in that regard. Moderation for me is just a numbers game. It's just add calories, subtract calories as you use them. It's something I should be very good at because I've always been good with numbers. I know that there are a lot of people out there, and you might be one of these people, my good diet buddy, people who cannot really have full control over what they're eating. Either somebody else is doing the meal prep or somebody else is doing the shopping. And I will tell you what, planning and buying and preparing all of the meals for a week, that is really a tiring task. But for somebody who's trying to get healthier and more fit, it's a task that you have to lean into. I will not give up the dinner making task for anything anymore. You will not. It's a chore I do not mind, because if I'm in control, in theory, I should be able to accomplish the things that I'm trying to do. But I will say that there is not a single soul in this world who enjoys cooking every single night. So if you have no power over the things that you're eating, ask the person who does have power if maybe you can plan a meal or two here and there. I bet they would say yes. I bet they would say yes, because even the most expert chef who absolutely loves to cook, even they are going to burn out sometimes. I actually don't feel very good today. I think I've made too many changes to my diet too quickly. So I'm going to leave it there for today.